Keep that applause going for Andrew. Come on.
Well, there's no way to start this but to start it. So there's this girl, and we met a couple months ago, and we've been hanging out a lot, and I like her. She's smart and funny and sad, and that checks a lot of boxes for me. It doesn't hurt that she's gorgeous. And we've been hanging out a lot. And it gets to that part about 2 weeks in where you put your cards on the table, and I tell her I like her. And she is gracious, but she does not agree. That's okay. I've been in that movie. I know how that goes. But we keep hanging out because she's cool and I like her. And then one day we're at a bar and it's late and she's had too much to drink and her friends have disappeared off somewhere. And I take her home. And by the time we get her inside, it's 3 o'clock and she says, "It's late, you can stay over. You can sleep in the bed. Nothing's going to happen." And I take her at her word. And I sleep in the bed. And nothing happens until 6 in the morning. And then everything happens. And we wake up the next day and we talk. And it basically comes down to her saying, "Friends?" And I say, "Friends." But we're not friends. Not after that. I don't want to be friends. And then we're in this weird, ambiguous space where for the next month we hang out, and every so often I wind up in her bed, and nothing happens until the morning. And then we kiss and we talk, and it is great to wake up with her. And I find myself in this place where I hope that this person I care about very deeply will get drunk enough or sad enough or lonely enough to let something happen again. And that's not a good place to be. So it all comes to a head. And one morning we're talking and I say to her, "Look, I get it. I'm fat and I got a fucked up leg and I'm impossibly earnest. If you're not attracted to me, I'll go. But I think you are. And I think you're scared. I think you're scared of what your friends might say. I think you're scared of what my friends might say. I think you're scared this could be something really serious. Because I don't want to throw a word like love around, but I've been with this person long enough to know I knew how to love her. And she looks up at me, and she says she's not attracted to me. And I take her at her word. And it hurts. And I sit down kind of heavy on the bed just for a second, and then we're making out. And it's passionate, like I'm headed off to war. And I'm so confused. And then I do have to go. And I leave thinking that we're at least still in this weird, ambiguous place, or that maybe we've turned a corner. And then I run into her that night. And I ask her if she wants to hang out. And she looks at me, and she's so cold when she says it. And I think it's as much for her as for me. She says, "No, we're not going to cross that line again." And I'm like, I'm just a man. You've broken up with me twice in one day. So I left. I went home. I finally got to sleep. And I woke up the next day, and you know what happened? I took a walk. I felt a little better. Now I'm here. I've lost 170 pounds. And because of that, I get to get in the game. And I take a hit, and it hurts. But God, it's good to be in the game. The last thing she says to me is that she doesn't want to be one of my Moth stories. Too late.
Come on for Andrew.